Hey, it's Goodlight here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to inspect your brake shoes. This will usually be on the back of older, more than likely. This is a 2001 Mitsubishi Eclipse 3G, and it has rear drum brakes. If your car has drum brakes, it has brake shoes, not pads. Definitely a more complicated system than pads, and not nearly as effective. So what you do, assuming you have your car on jack stands, right there, it's up on jack stands, the jack's just sitting there. I have chocks on the front wheels, make sure it's not going to move, safety first. Remove your wheel, and you're going to have this drum. Now, more than likely, yours is going to be really stuck on. So step one, which I've already done, is use a penetrant, and you're going to hit right in here. You're going to see that crease. You want to spray right in there. You're going to hit the backs of each stud, and if yours has these holes, which it probably does, you're going to spray a little in each of those. That is going to help loosen it. So make sure when you're doing this that the parking brake is off. If the parking brake is on, those shoes are going to be pressed into the drum and you're not going to get them off. At least you're not going to get them off without causing damage. You're then going to use at least a claw hammer, and you're going to hit it here and here, here, and it's eventually going to break it loose, because what's happening is it's corroded, it's rusted around here, and it's stuck, and there's some places behind this. Don't hit it here. You're going to crack. You risk cracking the drum. It's not corroded there. Don't hit it there. That's where it's corroded. So hit it, and you can, hit it decent. That's how you break it loose. If it still won't come loose, so most of your drum brakes will have these threaded holes. That's so you can put a bolt in on both sides and you start threading them in. And what that's going to do is it's going to force the drum out, but you can crack them. If you can break it loose with the hammer, that's the best way to do it. Use those if needed. If you have to do this, try to do both sides a little at a time. Now, more than likely, good chance yours won't come out just by pulling. Even mine that I've had off once, it did break loose, but you can use a screwdriver or the claw of a hammer and start pulling a little. When you do this, make sure you're not grabbing the brake shoe behind it. I suggest having some paper on the ground underneath the wheel. Mine kind of failed me a little bit. To catch the brake dust and the stuff that's going to fall. Once we're here, what do we look for? Well, first, the brake shoes. I expected the brake shoes on this car to need to be replaced. It's going to wear out first right here. The front lower pad will always wear out first. And you can see this one is worn out a little bit. It's worn a little bit. And there's the new one. If you probably use a micrometer. I'm going to say it's less than 1/3 worn. These don't really need to be replaced. Your brake shoes, you want to make sure they're not separating and that they're not wet. If they're oily or something, you want to replace them. That you're not going to get enough friction. On your wheel cylinder, you want to check for leaks seeping around it. Looks like there may be some there. You want to check, make sure there's not, whoa. Okay, hopefully you saw that. I pushed there. What that means is the seal that's on the piston here on this side is leaking fluid into this cover. Now the cover is holding it in, so it hasn't, some has maybe gotten on there. Either way, if it's saturated your brake shoes, you got to replace your brake shoes. This one, other side, has not been leaking out around this there apparently, but this side is. There's two pistons right here, and the fluid comes in here and it forces those two pistons out. So both of those pistons need to be able to move. And I don't know if I can do this as one. So something else to check is if you push, there we go, and you see how this pushed in, that pushed out, that means those pistons are moving. However, this one at least is leaking, so it needs to be replaced. Those brakes are doing nothing. Sorry, hold your ears. Hit it down here, it seems to work best, and that pops it out. So you can do like so. So using a screwdriver, let me show you something here. This right here is an automatic adjuster. So every time you put on the brakes in reverse, if you put them on hard enough, that is, there's a point in which they're going to bump this adjuster like so, and that's what pushes the brake shoes out just a little bit. So as they wear, theoretically, that will push them back out. Let's see if we got, I can already tell you, still not enough. You will, even if yours is set right, you'll still want to move it a little bit. Just tighten it like a couple clicks and then move it back. If you're moving it back, you'll probably have to manually hold the adjuster out of the way. So I will keep moving this. I would tell you to count them and stuff, but it's not really necessary. As long as you have the same amount of resistance or drag on both sides, you should be good. All right, so now that's not bad. This is one of the reasons we've gone away from brake shoes, because they always have some drag. Unlike brake pads, these are much less efficient. So that's not bad. So you've seen how to adjust it with the drum off. Let's say that you need to adjust it and you don't want to take it off. There's a rubber piece. You can pull that out and it's going to give you a little window that goes, it's right by this. Now you're gonna probably have to have that special brake tool in order to get it, because it's angled, so you can, in order to get it. While we're back here, here's where, this is the bleed line. That's where you bleed the brake shoes. It's on the back. So I hope that was helpful. If so, please like, subscribe, comment, and good luck with yours.